Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the RDA. Fabrizio Romano saying that David De Gea's contract is basically not something to be worried about, and that the club are very happy. Fabrizio did say it's something that will be discussed in the coming months of 2022, and United are super happy about David De Gea. Now I don't know about you guys, but I know there definitely is a section of United fans that wouldn't want De Gea to get a new contract. We know the facts are David De Gea, with goalkeepers, age is not really that much of an issue, so it's okay at his age to get another contract. Two, he's on very high wages, so are we going to increase his wages? Probably. And well, does he deserve it? I don't know, it's up for debate, but at the end of the day, it's not our money, really. Couldn't be asked for that one. And three, well, is he actually the type of goalkeeper you'd want in modern football? I don't really know. Lots of people be having this debate recently, and everyone knows I like De Gea. I do think he's a good goalkeeper. There was times where I thought, maybe when he was in that bad season, I was like, maybe do give Dean Henderson a chance, and I would always like maybe Dino to get maybe a chance in the future, maybe not right now because De Gea has been in quite good form. And then on Twitter you spend lots of time there. You start seeing the Dino cult. Basically always pointing out mistakes and certain issues. And you know what? Recently, I have been noticing that when the ball is played back to De Gea from our defense, and De Gea does have to distribute it, it's actually shocking. It really is shocking how many times De Gea gives the ball away when he has to distribute it. So it really is shocking. So do you want a modern goalkeeper? Do you want a goalkeeper who maybe comes off his line a little bit more? I don't know. It's really up to you personally. It's your opinion. At the moment, I really wouldn't be too mad with De Gea getting a contract. At the end of the day, for me, it doesn't really matter that much. Ideally, would like our goalkeeper not to be involved highly. We really wouldn't want them to be involved highly. And I have some interesting stats I'm going to mention on the show. So do subscribe to smash a like in the video. But yeah, let's get straight into it actually, without the waste of time. So looking at David De Gea, I'm using FB Ref. If you guys want to go check it out here, right? His goals against so far per 90 minutes is 1.23. So basically he's conceding a goal every game, right? Which is nothing really new. We all know how United are. We know how the United perform, and it is quite shocking. That is quite a shocking stat. There's also a stat where we know that there is a good shot stopper and has made one of the most amount of saves, I think, in the league, if not the most amount of saves in the league. No surprise there, but it's not a good stat to have. Ideally you wouldn't want your goalkeeper to be making that many saves. And to back it up, he does have a 74% chance, a 74% save rate. So clean sheet percentage is only 26%, which is a bit, we'd like that to be a lot more, but it's really unfortunate. It's not only De Gea's fault. Remember that. Penalty saves 60%, right? But that's not something I'm really interested in. All those things. I'm not really interested. It's pointless me telling you De Gea is a good shot stopper. We know De Gea is a very good shot stopper. But in terms of where stats like crosses stopped get pulled in, the amount of crosses that get put into our box, there has only got a stopping percentage of 3.6%, which is a bit very low. Actually, it is very low. Every time a cross comes in, and if it is to a point where a goalkeeper can come out and grab it, we know De Gea really doesn't like to do that. And even when he does come and do that, he really can't do it well. So that's not really a good thing. His goal kicks, is 8 goal kicks per 90, but again, that doesn't really matter. Sorry about that. I think my PC just froze there for a little bit. But yeah, I was gonna say also about De Gea's passing, within the league and stuff like that. De Gea in his whole career, right? He's attempted about, let's say, 4,400 passes, right? This is like taking like all the passes he really has attempted, and he's got a completion rate of just under 70%, so 69.5% accurate passes from goalkeeping. And we know that's De Gea's weak points. One, we already discussed him coming out to stop crosses, which is really low, 3% of that happening. And two is his distribution, which I've recently only really noticed how much it does put us under pressure and how much he does give away the ball to the opposition, which is something I would say modern goalkeepers are very good at. And to try show that, I have looked at Mr. Dean Henderson. Obviously this is another player at our club. Some people, obviously his cult are very annoying on Twitter, very annoying fan base he's got. But this way Dino is a little bit better. Obviously Dino hasn't played many games this season, but it is what it is. But Dino got a slightly better, again, not that much of a difference, but huge difference compared to De Gea with crosses stopped, which is 12% of stopping a cross into the box. And one thing about United is that crosses do get sent in our box a lot, and whether it's De Gea not coming out to get them, our centre back sleeping, our full backs being completely in the wrong position. It's just as a defensive shape, it's just all of that combined. So there's big problems here. And then with Dino, he's surprisingly his pass completion percentage actually isn't that good. It really isn't. It's only at a 48%. So they are actually somehow, if you just look at the stats, and I know lots of people don't like looking at the stats, and some people just prefer the eye test, but the eye test would tell you that Dino's got better distribution. But if you look at the stats, actually, it's not really the case. De Gea, he's played a lot more games than Dean Henderson, but he definitely has a better passing percentage, which is not something you would think. I think, personally, right? So that's Dino out the way. Then I started to look at like Alisson's, Edison. Some would say the best type of goalkeeper in the modern era. Alisson, I'm not really a big fan of. But I could just look at that first stat for Alisson. I wish I could show you. It's just very confusing to read all of this. But Alisson's clean sheet percentage is a 50% chance, and Edison's one, I'm pretty sure is maybe a little bit more. Actually, pretty less, 44% chance of Edison keeping a clean sheet. So it just shows you it's still a little bit higher than De Gea, and but it just shows how bad we are defensively. Like I said, it's not just on De Gea. We are bad defensively. We know that. But anyways, I digress. If we look at what's it called? Alisson's cross stop percentage, again a little bit lower than Dean Henderson, but obviously he's played a little bit more games than Dino, with a 10.7% chance of stopping the cross. And we look at Edison, 6.9%, so a lot less than Dino and Alisson does, which is something I really wouldn't think, just based on what I've seen from Edison. I do think Edison really does like to come and punch a ball out when a cross does get sent. I really picture Edison, if not many over the others, to really do that. So it's a bit interesting. It just shows, sometimes maybe it's not the case. We don't all watch Liverpool every week. We don't all watch Edison every week. But, maybe those moments where we do watch these type of goalkeepers, we see those situations and we just think that, why doesn't De Gea or this person doesn't do that more often? And in reality, some of these goalkeepers don't even really do that much that often, right? Then we go look at Alisson's his passing. So this is where there's a big difference. So De Gea, I said had 69.8% pass succession rate from his goalkeeping distribution, whereas Alisson has got an 84%, and Edison, I'll tell you now, has got how much here? He's got an 86% of passing being completed, which is a big difference between David De Gea and Dean Henderson, and that's really where I think it shows you, that there might be it might not be such a big difference that we think, and we might, go a bit crazy on, but it does show that there is a difference between them. So I thought it was just a bit interesting, with the stats and reading what it is. So I don't know. You guys let me know. I know definitely lots of people will have a problem with David De Gea getting a new contract, but personally I wouldn't be too mad at it. But also, again, I'm also starting to open up about having a good modern goalkeeper. But the problem is at United, we all know the problem is that if we had to replace David De Gea, we probably wouldn't replace David De Gea with a suitable goalkeeper. And some would say Dino is that type of guy. But if you look at the stats, again, Dino hasn't had the sample size of the other goalkeepers. And he does have the potential, don't get me wrong. But Dino, he'd be walking in straight into a first team slot at Manchester United. And, again, I just started to think myself, is that the standard now? Like, should Dean Henderson ever be the standard to just come walking straight into a United first team? I don't know, but it is up for debate certainly. But yeah, do let me know what you thought. I thought it was a very interesting show. Obviously De Gea's contract's being mentioned a lot. Lots of people in the fan base, well, I say lots, a very small minority would like Dean Henderson, to be a goalkeeper. But then you just see De Gea, Dean Henderson compared to Alisson and Edison. There's some big differences, and there is really some not big differences, but there is clearly a difference. There really is clearly a difference. So do let me know what you thought. Smash like in the video, subscribe if you are new, and I shall see you all very soon. Goodbye.